weapons it needed to defend itself. We have Saeed Shehata with me from BBC Arabic, and as we talk about what is happening on the ground, we do have some live pictures, and our viewers will be very familiar with some of these pictures. What I think they don't show is what eyewitnesses are reporting at the moment, which is heavy shelling getting closer to the centre of Rafah, and we've had the WHO come out and say there's a real problem with fuel now. There are thousands of people who've been on the move. As we look at these pictures, what are you hearing from there about the fighting?
There is evacuation of about 100,000 displaced people in Rafah after the Israeli army distributed leaflets asking people to leave from a specific area from eastern Rafah, very close to the Rafah crossing, where Israeli army controlled the Rafah crossing from the side of Gaza. And especially this area because the Israeli army claimed that the mortar attack against Kerem Shalom, near Kerem Shalom crossing, where there is 4 Israeli soldiers were killed, is coming from this area. So they try to fight what they call the terrorists of Hamas from this area. So all in eastern Rafah, and they ask people to move to Al-Muwasi area. Al-Muwasi area where is, people move there from Khan Yunis and other places, but it's already many tents there. There is many people there, so it cannot get more people. So people go there will be facing more problems. But the shelling is going on, and Al-Qassam Brigade, the military wing of Hamas, said they fought back and clashed with some Israeli forces, and they caused injuries and damage for the Israeli part. And the Israeli also said like they killed some Hamas fighters. So the fighting going on, people are scared. People like even they hear about the sound of explosions, they fear about the imminent full ground invasion of Rafah. And this will have catastrophic effect according to the UN and the other, even the strongest ally for Israel, United States, warning about the catastrophic disaster for the humanitarian situation there, because there is according to the WHO, there is 3 days of fuel left for the hospital there, and there is more people in dire situation, food and medicine and water, and all of the facilities were destroyed, damaged in many places.
And Said, what's the reaction been, the Palestinian reaction to these comments by President Biden that they will not supply weapons and artillery shells if a full invasion of Rafah takes place?
There is no formal reaction from the Arab world, but there is suspicion about the American role in the conflict, because they believe they are the solid ally for Israel. And at the same speech, Mr. Biden said Israel didn't cross the red line. America will support Israel to defend itself, and only if they go ground invasion, full ground invasions, they will intervene, not to supply some specific, weapons, especially the bombs. So there is some delay of shipment of some specific weapons, especially the bombs, which Mr. Biden himself admitted that some of those bombs killed some civilians in Gaza. So even the warning of the American to Israel, but I think Mr. Netanyahu insisting on that. And even the Hamas leader saying, Mr. Netanyahu using the ceasefire in Egypt in order as a cover to go and invade Rafah.
So where are we at with those ceasefire talks in Cairo?
Unfortunately, even with all of the support and all of the role of United States, Egypt, Qatar to make the two sides together, but still the gap is big. And the Hamas leader saying Israel is not serious about this negotiation. Israel asking for a temporary ceasefire, not like permanent ceasefires. They're asking for the return of hostages, and they put conditions even on the names of the released prisoners from the Hamas and the Palestinian who are held in Palestinian prisons. So there is a big gap, but and Hamas asking for a full withdrawal from of Israeli forces from Gaza. But the Rafah, I think, invasion, if it happens, I think it might, destroy the whole ceasefire in Egypt.
Okay. Saeed, thank you very much for joining us, and we're keeping across the situation in